Hello everyone, General 2 here, and welcome back to Transport Fever. On the last episode, we got road routes going from New York over to Buffalo, both passenger carriages going between New York City and Buffalo, and also our first freight line hauling stone from the quarry here to the building materials factory here, and then on to either New York or Buffalo, depending on the line. We did have to increase our loan significantly, but in the long run, I think it's going to be worth it. But the main thing we're going to do today is just follow our freight wagons around this long route. A lot of wide open countryside, big hills, and great views. But haven't really gotten that much of the open road yet. This wagon's full, 8 units of stone, on its way to New York building construction materials factory. These wagons do about 10 miles an hour, so they don't necessarily make the best time, but what are you going to do? It's 1855. This is also not even close to the most direct road, but it was a pre-existing road, so it saved us a lot of money from having to build one. It's one of the things that makes road vehicles early on worth it. That smoke you can see off to our left now, or more like the center of the screen, is Buffalo. It's a pretty small town, but it'll grow with time since it's connected to New York by road now. I chose to connect it by road because I've got no plans for a trunk line that goes out that way, and branch lines are going to be very low priority and very expensive in the grand scheme of things, so if I do them, they're not going to get done until like halfway through the 20th century. That big hill in front of us is going to be one of the interesting parts about this trip. It's steep enough that these wagons will actually slow down on those hills. But this wagon is part of Buffalo Stone 1, so it's going to be hauling construction materials to New York after it goes to the factory with this stone. So, what I'm planning on doing right now is we gotta reduce our loan significantly. Like, I'm thinking all the way to like 3 million. And then I'm going to extend the railroad line to Washington and Atlanta. That'll complete the trunk line. It won't be double tracked or connected yet, but the entire length of the railroad line will be done. And then, hopefully by 1865 or 1870, we're prepared to double track it, connect all the lines, expand the train stations, which is going to be an expensive affair, and get a proper trunk line going. And that's also going to involve freight trains and bulk freight trains and everything else. But we'll see what happens with that. But like I said, hoping by 1865 or 1870. And once we get that going, our income's going to be going a lot higher. For one, we'll be hauling freight on the line, and we'll be able to have much more traffic on the line, period. That's Buffalo directly ahead of us now, past that forest. It was small enough, plus with just the road vehicle connection, there's just one stop there. Well, two if you count the freight stop. But that passenger shop covers pretty much the entire town. Over to our right, we can see wagons going down and climbing that hill that we'll be climbing here very shortly. There's one of the buggies headed to Buffalo, and it looks like it's full. That's good to see. I'm going to start climbing this hill now. It's going to slow us down quite a bit. All the way down to 3 miles an hour. We'll get up this hill slowly but surely. Stone's a bulk cargo, so time it takes to deliver doesn't factor in too much. Besides, rolling trains over that hill would be, well, probably need a tunnel. We're building a railroad line along the Atlantic seaboard for now, but once we start heading west towards Chicago, things are going to get a lot more interesting. I don't even want to think about attacking the Sierra Nevada. Who knows how long it'll be before we do that, though. Just about over the crest of this first hill now. There'll be one more after this, I believe. Starting to speed up again. Here comes another convoy. Not sure why the wagons are so clumped together, but whatever. I'm more worried about the buggies being clumped together than the wagons. Like that. Exactly like that. Well, at least that one has one passenger. Picking up speed again after that hill. Once we get to that crest, we'll be able to see all the way to the Atlantic. It's a great view from up there. Oh, looks like there's one more hill. But off to our left there, you can see New York already. And here's another long train of empty buggies. Lovely. We are probably going to have to get rid of some of those buggies here very soon. They're not. There aren't enough passengers on this line as I was expecting there to be. And actually, if you look to our left, you can see the smokestacks of the construction materials factory. Alright, they got some passengers, but yeah, we could definitely stand to sell like maybe 5 of the buggies. You look off to our right, you can see a train coming. Get a good shot of it here in a minute. But after we drop off the stone, we'll pick up construction materials and haul it across that stone bridge directly in front of us into the city. There's that train, it's a-moving. I hear 20th century sounds. My immersion is broken. What are you gonna do? Next stop, the heart of New York City. That right in front of us is the Hudson River and New York Harbor. Not going to be a whole lot of ships in this playthrough, because we just have the Atlantic and Pacific seaboard mainly. We have some rivers, but I probably won't end up using them for boats. But I'm thinking, because Miami's not going to be part of a trunk line either, I might have a ship service eventually, all the way from New York City to Miami. Up there's the train coming across the river. On its way to Philadelphia. Crossing this bridge and we'll be in New York. Someone decided to build a restaurant all the way over here. Well, whatever. I'm not going to judge your business practices, sir. Welcome to New York City. You can kind of see some of the horse trolleys there right ahead of us. Which New York's starting to grow really fast. We're going to have to expand those soon. But for right now, all the passenger traffic we are bringing in is sufficient for the trains we got. But once we actually turn it into a trunk line, there's a lot more trains rolling. There'll never be enough passengers. Black Rock Vegetables is such a popular name. I don't know. making a left turn. And I believe our next turn is going to be right on the second corner. Yep, there's our drop-off point right over there to the right. Dropping off our cargo, and our very next stop is the Buffalo Quarry again, which we're not going to be following the wagon all the way there. Just wanted to get a feel for how New York's changed, and it's grown significantly. That trolley's pretty full. We're probably going to get stuck behind it on our way out of the city. Or maybe not. No, I'll just get stuck behind another one. It's fine. There's one of our coaches coming in from Buffalo is full. Nice. I can't wait till we get proper stagecoaches. And back across the Hudson River we go. So that's about the gist of this freight route. It's not actually as long as I pictured it in my mind. It's still decently long though. I don't want road vehicles to have much longer a route than that until, you know, internal combustion is a thing. And paved roads are a thing. And even then, trains can still do it better. And there's the restaurant on the end of the bridge, randomly. Don't know what possessed him to build his restaurant there, but you know what? Whatever. There's the train again, on its way back to Philadelphia. A couple of full coaches on the way back from Buffalo. Alright. Ooh, we got enough money to pay off some of our loan. Nice. We're now down to $6 million. So, like I said, the next big goal is going to be to get our loan down to 3 and then extend the line to Washington and Atlanta. Just single track like it is now. And there's a lot of stone waiting over here. Decent number of passengers, too. The more building materials we haul to New York and Buffalo, the more jobs are going to be in both, the more people are going to travel between both. At least in theory. Man, so many passengers. The trams just can't keep up. But we are going to have to extend the trams around here eventually. Let's see, what else do we got here? Philadelphia, too, could definitely do with a local transit upgrade. Station? No, there's so many people trying to get to New York. It's great. The way this developed, though, we're going to have to demolish a lot of buildings when we build this line. That's problematic. But yeah, the goal is by 1860 to have the line going to Washington and Atlanta with a load no higher than 5 million. So I'm going to get down to at least 3. Oh, who am I kidding? The load's going to be way above 5 million by the time I'm done with that. But I want to get the load down to 3 million before I start. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to time skip between now and the next episode until we're ready to build that line. That's going to be about it for this episode, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.